How's it going, BangerTV fans? Dylan Gowan here. Welcome back to another installment of Overkill Reviews, BangerTV's weekly heavy metal review show. I am back in my practice space giving you guys another progressive metal review, and we're kicking things off this year by talking about one of the most influential musicians in both the prog metal and black metal scene. It's the 8th solo studio album by Ihsahn, which came out last Friday on Spinefarm Records. Ihsahn is a Norwegian musician and composer best known for his influential contributions to the black metal genre. He rose to prominence as the frontman of the iconic black metal band Emperor, which he co-founded in 1991. Beyond his work with Emperor, Ihsahn has established himself as a solo artist within the progressive metal scene. His solo endeavors began in 2005, releasing his debut album, The Adversary, in 2006, which was critically acclaimed for its progressive approach and intricate compositions. Since then, he has continued to push the boundaries of his artistry, with each release earning recognition for his masterful musicianship and thought-provoking lyrical themes. In terms of his solo albums, I would recommend checking out After. To me, that's kind of the gold standard of all of Ihsahn's records, and every one of his releases should strive to that level of excellence. That record still holds up today, and Frozen Lakes on Mars was my ringtone at one point. With that being said, let's dive into the review. Now, there are two versions of this record, a metal one and an orchestral one. While the two are different, both offer an equally immersive cinematic experience. But for obvious reasons, I'm going to be focusing more on the metal version of the album for this review. In his latest album, Ihsahn seamlessly blends various genres, creating an unpredictable and captivating listening experience. With a progressive take on black metal, the music is both unique and unusual, and yet utterly engaging. The album consists of 11 tracks that explore a vast sonic landscape, making it an adventure to listen to from start to finish. The sudden changes in the tone and the emotions of the music contribute to its intensity. Although the approach is quite dark and heavy, the epic interludes help to unify the album, and the wide range of textures and layers in the music only serves to enhance the overall experience. Basically, to summarize this point, album very good. The orchestral arrangements in this album complement the songs well, working together to emphasize the chaotic, bizarre, and at times melancholic components. Unlike some metal albums that feature orchestrations as a mere kind of juxtaposition or kind of a gimmick, the strings are thoughtfully utilized to enhance the more impact of the heavier moments, and Ihsahn demonstrates a keen understanding of when to let the strings take the spotlight and when to allow them to breathe. For instance, in the track Pilgrimage to Oblivion, the hypnotic strings escalate the tension before culminating into one of the most intense moments of the record. The song in general showcases the great dynamic range Ihsahn has when incorporating all of these different various ideas. Kind of seems redundant, but you know what, I'm sticking with it. Twice Born, another experimental song on the album, is an excellent example of the contrasting elements at play. The song carries a distinct Danny Elfman vibe in terms of the orchestrations, and the trade-off between all of these different elements culminates into a deadly chorus. I mean, instead of me talking about this, just have a listen. The songs on this album are a lot more experimental, and I think this is an album that took a lot of risk-taking, and those risks are well rewarded, especially on tracks like Blood Trails to Love, which has this Latin swing vibe to it to break up the more intense moments of the song before building it back up into the chorus. And it's those subtle moments that make this album very enjoyable to listen to. He's also become a lot more experimental with the various time signatures, favoring a ton of odd meter moments, intensifying the unsettling atmosphere this album possesses, especially on a track like Hubris and Blue Devils, which stands out as one of the more peculiar and intriguing songs, yet earning its place as one of the album's standout tracks.
Sentiments and nostalgia, I wanted more inertia, but never seen, never swayed in cause of war.
This album ends with two very atmospheric moments that put a satisfying ending on a very enjoyable album. The Distance Between Us is a track where you can get completely lost in with how epic it sounds, and The Heart of All Things Broken sets the scene perfectly for the final act as it slowly sways back and forth between moments of aggression to the more somber tones, especially this part. It puts the definitive stamp on a great album. Tobias Anderson and Tobias Solbach did a fantastic job with the drumming, creating a ton of great grooves and clever fills, as well as Ihsahn's son, Angel, as well as violinist Chris Baum, all did an amazing job on this record. I believe that this album is one of the best records he's ever released, and he continues to be one of the best songwriters within the more extreme side of progressive metal. His willingness to continuously add new elements to his songwriting only furthers the endless possibilities of where his songs can go. Ihsahn has written the soundtrack to a movie I would love to watch. This album is fantastic. With that being said, I would give this record a 4.5 out of 5 skulls. All right, it's time for some shoutouts. Here are a couple of awesome records that came out last Friday you should definitely check out. First up, I would recommend Illumishade, Another Side of You, which came out on Napalm Records. The legendary Steve Hackett, The Circus, and The Nightwhale came out on Inside Out Music. And finally, I would recommend Far Beyond the End of My Road, that came out on Prosthetic Records. And as a bonus, if you have not checked out the latest record by Caligula's Horse, definitely check out Charcoal Grace that came out on Inside Out Music a couple of weeks ago. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to check out some of the other reviews on the channel. It feels really good to be back on BangerTV talking about some more prog. And let me know in the comments section below what you guys think of Ihsahn's self-titled 8th studio album. And let me know in the comment section below what is your most anticipated album of 2024. Until then, cheers, see you soon, and listen to this record because it's awesome.
Sentiments and nostalgia, I wanted more.